Amigos de las Americas inspires and builds young leaders through collaborative community development and immersion in cross-cultural experiences. Hello, my name is Lauren Ortega, and I am a member of the Board of Directors for the Amigos Houston chapter. I am also a veteran volunteer that served in Ecuador in the summer of 2010. I am presenting this information to you all today in the hopes that when you're thinking about studying abroad, you think about Amigos. And not just Amigos, but according to the St. Edward's page, they encourage students here to really study abroad and see what it's like to have a more global perspective. So today I'm going to talk about two main points. First, what is Amigos, and how does Amigos work? And within those 2 points, I'm going to talk about 3 sub-points, which basically answer the 2 main points. So before I continue, I want to ask, how many of you guys are considering studying abroad? Great. So what do you guys look for in a study abroad program?
Price.
Price? Okay.
Location.
Paige?
I want to make sure that they're going to, walk me through step by step to get to know where I'm going and make sure that I experience the place that I'm going the way that I should, so I can take home something special.
Great. So I hope that today, after this presentation, you both feel like you can join Amigos. If not, then find some program that will do just that for you. So I'm going to start off with Guy Bevel. Guy Bevel is the founder of Amigos de las Americas. In 1965, Guy Bevel traveled to rural Honduras, where he noticed and was moved by the level of poverty that was in Honduras. One day, he heard a mayor talking in the community. He said, "Even God can't hear us from here." And he was very moved by that because he knew that he wanted to come back and make a difference in the lives of these people. Years later, Bevel came back with 277 volunteers, and before they went through rigorous training in Houston, and they went to address the health issues. When they went to rural Honduras, they gave immunizations to 571,000 people, and these immunizations were for polio, smallpox, and other diseases. So these trainers not only got to experience just what an amazing opportunity this is, but they got to experience cultural exchange, community service, and youth engagement. So, since 1965, from the 277 volunteers that served in Honduras, they have increased to 20,000 plus volunteers all over the United States. And not only the volunteers, but the countries that Amigos can work in, which are 9 now, and the missions that they go over to these Latin American countries to do. So these volunteers, like I said, experience cultural experience, community service, and youth engagement. And these are actually, this is me, this is where I went to Ecuador. Okay. So gap year really pertains to you guys because you're in college, and I know that you guys are thinking about studying abroad. So what gap year is basically for college students who are thinking about leaving for a semester or an entire year. And what you will get out of this is increased Spanish fluency, leadership skills, and vital work experience. And when you think about it, more employers today really want people who have experience abroad. And also, according to the Amigos Foundation, no other program offers the comprehensive training, support, and complete immersion that Amigos offers. So overall, since the beginning of Bevel's founding of Amigos in 1965, the mission, countries, and the number of volunteers have grown and have taken the challenge to make a difference and fulfill their drives to being lifelong catalysts for social change. Thank you so much for listening to my presentation, and now I'm looking for any questions. Yes.
When did you go?
I went in 2010, summer of 2010.
And you went to Ecuador?
Yes.
What did you do? What was your service?
So, sometimes it varies depending on the country. We were there to really work with the children, to teach them about hygiene, things like that, and we actually got the community together to ask them what they wanted to see differently instead of what everyone else is doing. And they said they wanted this huge life-sustaining garden for the entire community, and they wanted something that can make their community lively. So we painted this really big mural with the kids, and yeah. Yes?
Where in Ecuador did you go?
I went to Cuenca. Well, I was an hour away from Cuenca because I lived in this really, really small community in the mountains. They're all like separated.
So how did this experience mold you or change you?
I can't even, it's really hard when people ask me that question because words can't really describe how amazing this experience was. And I've worked with so many other programs. I worked with AFS, I went to Africa, I went to Ghana, and it was nowhere near what I experienced with Amigos. I enjoyed the experience, but I don't think I will ever find an organization, nonprofit, that is more life-changing than Amigos. Really.
And what made it so life-changing?
I lived there for almost 3 months, and I got to experience what it was like without hot water, what it was like to not have, electronics, what it was like to really just get away from all that, get away from the city and all that just craziness, and really I don't know how to explain. It's just working with the kids and working with the people, and really because over there there's a lot of indigenous people, and just creating really close bonds with them. And I still talk to my family even today. So you really just build close connections with them, and you realize, you see past a lot of things, and you just change. A lot of people, some people don't, but it really hits people hard differently, and it did for me. And my sister did it. She went to Paraguay, and then I decided to go to Ecuador. My little sister's going to Peru, so I just am really passionate about Amigos. So.